it's not considered manly to get butt fucked, basically.
Or to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, or to do the butt fucking. That would be pretty masculine, I think. Hey, everybody. This is the D2 podcast. I'm Dave.
And my name is Dave.
We may talk a little bit about sex. We got to go back the history of these mass gangbangs.
I don't know
who was the first that said, I'm going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do this with like, more than 100 guys or something. How did it start? I mean, was it some guy had an idea? Was it some, was it an actress that had this idea that I'm going to do this? And
I know.
Is there like,
let's go to the historian.
I have personal knowledge.
Oh, you don't? Oh, okay. I came up with Houston 500.
Was there someone before the Houston 500?
I'm sure there was like,
I mean, it's there's obviously
the Raquel
movies where they've had, what is it, guys that have like maybe 5 or something usually in most scenes where they say gangbang, but
is that technically the number 5?
I think so. I think there's a threesome where there's 2 guys, right?
Sure. Yeah,
and there might be a foursome possibly where there's 3 guys.
No one says 5.
I've never seen a foursome though, but usually like once you get to 5, that's gangbang.
Oh.
I think that technically that's
okay.
That's what it is, right? 5 guys at least. 5 Guys, my favorite burger place.
Guys.
Well, anyways.
Is that why they called it 5 Guys?
Yeah. You love 5 Guys, right?
I've never had 5 Guys.
Dropping some
All
wisdom
right,
here,
that's
guys.
good.
Dropping some wisdom. So we've defined it as 5 plus means GB. Gangbang.
So what point was there more than like a mass?
Where people started lining up.
Yeah. Double digits at least.
Yeah. That's a good question. We're gonna have to go to the archives. Have to go to the archives. Yes.
What thoughts go through a man's mind when they're watching a gangbang?
Gross.
Honestly.
So why? But there's a category of porn, right? That's gangbang.
Yeah.
So who does that appeal to? The man or the woman?
It's got to be the man.
Well, it's got to be the woman because it doesn't appeal to men.
Don't. I know some women are into the idea of that.
Yeah.
There's some guys that like it.
And some guys who like it.
I don't know if there's I don't know if there's any guys. Have you met a guy that's like, I want to be involved in a gangbang?
No, I'm glad I haven't.
Right. Yeah. So I don't think there's many.
Admit it to you, huh?
There's many.
Yeah, don't tell me about it.
I don't think there's many guys that really want to do that.
They want to just watch.
It's more like the spectacle, maybe of watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But even so, I think there's got to be a lot of guys that really want to watch it.
But it's popular enough a genre that it has a big following.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Ron, do we have some history?
Started with this Annabelle Chong.
Annabelle
She's
Chong.
the first one to kind of make it where she had a gangbang that was like this many people.
Okay.
She was trying to show. It was called the world's biggest gangbang.
How many numbers?
1995. 300.
300. Wow.
Oh, I don't know. She appeared with 251.
251.
Over 10 hours.
250 over 10 hours.
So she got to 251.
That sounds so quaint.
And then she was never able to have sex again.
She was 70 different men
multiple times. That doesn't count.
That doesn't count. 70 guys.
So someone said they were going to pay her money to do it, and she never got paid.
Whoa, that is a ripoff.
Sounds like a lawsuit. Wow.
So, like psychologically, a woman might want that done.
Okay.
Right? Because of the sense of like, I'm so desired that these men all want me at the same time.
Okay. So that's the appeal.
I think that's the only possible appeal for a woman.
What gets me is like, why would you be, if you're a straight man, right? Why would you want to be in a room with like multiple naked men. Yeah, it's not like you're high
not gay?
fiving each other.
And he was like, for some reason, trying to get me to like go home with him and like
His
get
wife?
a girl. No, like pick up a girl together. Like he would pick up the girl and we would go back to
Tag team?
wherever. Yeah, something. He was like a really good-looking guy. Like
Uh-huh.
seriously, could pick up a lot of girls.
Was
But I
he-
don't know why it was.
You wanted to share?
Was he interested in you?
No, I don't think it was like that. It was
Did he
more.
want to do you and the girl at the same time?
I
or
didn't
did you
got
wanna-
No gay vibe from him?
gay vibe from him that he wanted.
You wanted an audience?
Did he? Was
He
it
was
just
kinda getting off.
a pure spit roast then?
What's a spit roast?
Where
What's
you
a-
would be on one end, he would be on the other.
What we used to call it the finger trap.
Spit
The
roast.
finger trap.
The finger trap.
But it's
Chinese finger trap.
I actually have a semi-amusing story about finger trapping. Not about me. I don't, like I said, I don't like
this is for a friend. You're telling the friends.
telling for a friend.
Okay.
For real. This guy, he's kind of disgusting, and we'll just call him Bob. And Bob was somehow ended up. He used to do a lot of drugs and stuff, so he'd get into like party situations, and he was the rear end of the finger trap, right? And he was going at it, doing his thing, and then he said he was just like really into it first, and then he looks up and he sees his friend getting oral pleasure, right? And they locked eyes with each other, and he was like, "Oh no!" because he felt like he was like having sex with him at that moment, and so he had to like close his eyes and just madly finish. But
Yeah.
so just a
Interesting.
heartwarming story for the kids.
So yeah, I guess it's going back to Ron's little thing that
Yeah.
a guy that wants to partner up with another guy to
Mhm.
get a girl. So it seems like it's a weird obsession or liking. Like he's hetero, right?
Yeah.
But in a way, he wants to see other guys naked, right? He's in some way, and
Maybe it's like he wants.
there's like some guys that like that. I noticed.
Or does he want to like
Some guys-
control
Yes.
the
Maybe
woman?
like that, more like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he was
I
involved.
didn't
Like
get any- yeah, I don't know.
Hmm.
I was like kind of weirded out.
So, Ron,
you didn't go for it.
Oh,
Really?
I was about to say
Would have
bottom
been
line.
your big chance, man.
Yeah, I was about to say bottom line. How was it?
Because I didn't know also what his overall intentions were.
Right.
Yeah. Also, just it didn't.
Okay, I think you made a safe choice.
Anyways,
Maybe you were gonna be the one that
You
there-
were
there
being
are
the one
s-
trapped.
there are
Yeah.
some guys that like to look at other guys naked. I think and my experience in
So
the
are
college
they, like-
dorm.
just kind of undercover bisexual.
Maybe.
No, they might be.
There's
but I
some guys
think-
who are.
I noticed that there were guys who were definitely into women, but they wanted to compare themselves, or they just like looking at other just to see, they were curious or something. So I heard like it's easier for women to engage in more bisexual acts than guys. Like there is some sort of, they feel like there's more fluidity or something within that. I mean, I've heard some women say that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that's definitely like there are heterosexual women who are willing to explore that and still be completely heterosexual. It's
Right.
more like an experience rather than an attraction.
I've known women like that. Definitely. Yeah.
It's not like, oh, I want another woman, but to play,
Uh-huh.
I'll do that.
I mean, because I think there's a greater taboo about men experimenting with other men
Right.
than
Well,
there is with women.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see
doing
that.
Yeah.
It's like it's just I don't think most women would be okay with, it's like a boyfriend, you're both heterosexual and your boyfriend suddenly says, oh, by the way, honey, I just took a dip in the pool
Yeah.
with one of my friends, but that was just a one-time thing.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm not at all. And most women are just not going to buy that, right?
Uh-huh.
But I think many men would be okay hearing their girlfriend go, "Yeah, there's one day with Sally that was really fun.
I don't
you
think-
were kind of drunk."
Yeah, I think most men would be appreciative of that. Yeah, they would be like, "Oh, nice."
Well, I mean, going back to porn, I guess when you see a threesome with a guy and two girls,
yeah,
a lot of times the two girls will engage in homosexual acts, basically, right? They'll do something to each other. Whereas you see a threesome where two guys and it's one girl, unless there is some sort of that bisexual genre, in most cases when they have that, the guys are not engaging with each other.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's a big distinction there.
Yeah.
Because like if women are together, the women can still be very feminine. But if guys are together, it's not a masculine thing to be with a guy.
Right.
So that's why it's a deal breaker for women that if the guys are with them.
So there's kind of one guy has to be subservient or feminized. Is that what you're saying to the other guy? Is that
how it goes?
I don't know.
I'm just saying that
But
it's not
are there like
thing.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like masculinity, like traditional values, that's not considered manly. If you've been with a guy, that's not considered manly.
It's not considered manly to get butt fucked, basically.
Or to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, or to do the butt fucking. That would be pretty masculine, I think.
Are there?
I mean, you're basically butt fucking
so
a guy.
You're saying that
a real tough, like
being a top would be okay for you, but being a bottom, no.
Well, I mean, that would
no.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
gay.
that would be considered masculine, right?
Question.
If a guy.
So are there
You're not
are
a
there
prison bitch.
threesomes where there's two women, one guy, and then one of the women wears a strap on?
I'm sure there are.
Yeah, there's probably is somewhere. I mean, but I think the usual, like the most common scene when that, there is a threesome with two women is the two women are, they're kind of like helping each other and, kind of kissing each other and doing all those sorts, fondling each other and, licking each other.
For whose benefit?
And
each other?
I guess, yeah, they also enjoy each other as well as the guy.
But I mean, in the porn sense, it's always for the man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's be honest.
It's more of a male. Interesting though.
It's but I think like the whole top bottom domination thing isn't it? I mean, there's always that power dynamic of like who is the more powerful, right?
I haven't seen gay porn. I don't really know for sure. I mean, I'm just
willing
to possibly.
I'm trying to put it in professional terms here. But is it like, I guess in your professional opinion, is it like, is it about domination more than anything else? It's not about sexual gratification. Is it like one or the other? If they choose to be the aggressor, so to speak.
Are we so we're talking about
in like let's say it's in a threesome, right? And you have another man, and then one guy is willing to be subjugated, right? Is it just about asserting one's power over that person, or is there a sexual satisfaction? Does that make any sense?
Like, are you talking about, because there's like cuckolds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like men who want to watch their woman being.
That's a whole different thing.
Right, which is a different thing.
That's a different thing. But
right,
then
versus two men.
Yeah.
And then what happens to one man? Like one man is being dominated by the other?
Yeah. Is it like, let's say they're all engaging.
So is the guy that's being dominated, are they always the one that's being butt fucked? That's my question. I mean, or could it be the opposite? Like they could be getting like
like, okay,
you know,
among gay couples that I know, men, it seems like there's always like a top and a bottom. That's the typical thing.
So
I agree with
that. Maybe we need to ask someone who knows about this.
Yeah.
But is it always a top and a bottom, or do they ever like
switch roles?
They might switch,
seen,
right?
I think people
do they
have
switch?
switched. Yeah.
They probably do switch.
Yeah.
I mean, seems like
that would be unfair, wouldn't it?
They give each other oral, right? At least
I would assume.
You know,
I don't know.
I mean, maybe one of them could be the aggressor by being the one that's being, getting their butt fucked. They could be like, "Ooh, we'll squeeze your dick off" or something, real hard. I don't know. I'm just joking.
Haven't thought about it to that extent.
So I don't know. I mean, it could happen.
Yeah, sure. Right? Sure, Dave. I think I know which one you would be if you were gay right now.
I know which one you would be.
I don't know.
Yeah, you've researched it a lot, haven't you?
I mean,
anyways,
you have many questions.
I mean, I've talked. I have gay friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're not like super tight. We don't have sex.
You're not that tight then. So, I mean, since you've talked to that guy, is there anything that's different within that dynamic, a gay versus like a hetero couple? You think, like, are they? Because it seems like, at least on the men's side, and I don't know firsthand, but from what I've heard from other shows or different TVs, radio podcasts, that they seem to be more. The guys seem to be more like less committed. Well, they seem to like go from guy to guy very easily, a lot more so than say heteros.
I had a boss that was a gay man in a committed relationship, and he would tell me that he and his husband would actively search out partners,
seek out other people,
and it was always like they're sharing together. Yeah. So that's kind of a common.
It's more common to have open relationships.
Yeah, and I think it's like different couples set their different boundaries for each other. Like, but they were pretty open to.
So that's pretty common.
Inviting someone else into their bed.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I have one friend who's gay, and he's like, he's like, it gets pretty tiring because he wants to be in a committed relationship. Right. But part of the gay dating scene is, you pretty quickly get physical. Like within the first date, usually you're getting physical.
Yeah, my boss was telling me he would be like, just like he did the whole West Hollywood cruising scene for a long time, and he just aged out of it because he would be like, sometimes you just go into one of the bars in West Hollywood and just be like, you lock eyes with somebody and you just sort of like this, and they go to the bathroom together. And it's like boom, and I'm just like, it's that easy. First of all, I'm so goddamn jealous. But it's just that simple, and because ultimately they're still dudes who with the same kind of testosterone and like high sex drive that every man has. So if you understand each other, it totally makes sense, right?
Well, right.
So that is my insight.
This is an interesting first foray into your podcast, guys.
Yeah. I know it's opened our eyes to new things.
I've learned quite a bit.